everybody, welcome back to another trade recap with SS Trades. Okay, I haven't done a trade recap in a minute, but here we are back at it. A banger today. I've been locking in, I don't YouTube, like I said, guys, it's not really important to me right now. I just do this for fun. I do this for whenever I want to, right? But we're gonna get into it today. So this is the trade of the day today. First thing first, I know you guys want to see the P&L, right? So here's my P&L, as you guys can see, right there it is, 613, nothing crazy on the day. Just one small trade. I was actually meant to size up today, but I forgot to size up. Like, it was already in the contracts. And instead of trading like 8 micros, I was trading like 3, right? So yeah, so a little bit of size down today, but that's okay. I'm just going to be done with this one trade. It was actually such a beautiful setup. Like today, I would say the day trend is not the best, right? But the setup was good. If you were a bit patient, you would have caught in a good setup. You definitely would have caught in a good setup at market open, right? But let's get into my one. Let me just show you guys my one. And here's a trade setup. Here's a trade, guys. Let me actually start from the beginning. So you guys can see exactly what is happening from bare bone, right? From bare bone. Okay, so coming into the day, I actually opened the market right here. Okay, as you guys can see, I've opened the market right over here, right? Now, when I come into the market, I jumped on the desk. I hopped on the desk about an hour after market open, right? I was sleeping. I had a big day, so I was just resting, and then I woke up, had my alarm set, and I woke up for this day, obviously for this for this market open, right? Noticed after 9:30 a.m., right, which is my 11 p.m, market was just dumping. So I'm like, okay, possible downtrend. But what made me still bullish on the trend is this, right? It's the fact that we're all the way from here, we're still bullish. Like for me, right, guys, for me personally, I'm not bearish until this low is broken, right? I need that low to be broken, until for me to bearish. Well, now probably this low, right? So none of the lows have broken, so I'm still bullish. Not to all times highs, but I'm still bullish, right? So pretty much what I saw was here we are, as you guys can see. If it loads, yep, okay. So let me just go back and let me run you through my thought process and how I took this trade, right? So I come in here and the market is about roughly around here, right? So I was actually well ahead of, you gotta remember, I jumped into the market around there, like almost an hour after market open, right? So what happened here is, as you guys can see, right, pretty much I had a draw on liquidity. I had 2 draws on liquidity, right? One draw was this hourly high right over here, as you guys can see. The second draw was this low, right? But now let me tell you something. Now, why did I not target this low? Why was I aiming higher for this low more? I'll tell you why. Because if you guys go on the ES, right? If you guys go to ES, right, you guys can see we had an SMT, right? Do you guys see this SMT? Right, let me just turn this off so you guys can see. We have an SMT, guys. So with that SMT in mind, right, which is obviously, again, it's not a 2-minute SMT. It's not a 5-minute SMT. This is an hourly SMT, right? If you guys don't know what an SMT is, I'll explain it later. I'm not doing it now, right? I'm not doing it now. So we had an SMT. We're still long. We had an hourly SMT. I'm like, okay, let's look for a long setup, right? This low was still in play for me, but not after on the 5-minute, right? I started seeing this, right? So as you guys can see, my long right here is still in play for me. But the reason I didn't go is because after we saw this change in the state of delivery on the 5-minute, right? I was like, okay, we saw this change of state of delivery, and then I let the price play a little bit, and then I see this exact candle right here. Now, what this exact candle is, it's a rejection block, right? Now, if I was to mark any of these candles, these two, even this is a rejection block, so is this. This is also called a rejection block, right? Again, if you guys don't know what rejection blocks are, I'll do a whole separate video on it later, right? So everyone has different ways of knowing what rejection blocks are, but there's one set way of knowing what a rejection block is, right? After I saw this rejection block, I pretty much went down to the 1-minute. Pretty much literally, I dumbed it down to the 1-minute. There was my break-even point if we got an entry, right? And then there was my, what is it called? My hourly target, right? There was my hourly target. Now, the trade I ended up taking, right, ended up being like, soon as we crossed above this like that, right? As soon as we went above this, pretty much, as you guys can see, it tapped it, right? That's where I entered, because we had the change in the state of delivery right here, right? Let me actually write this down for you, right? So we have the change in the state of delivery, right? Then we have our 1 hour FVG, right? Okay. So keeping this in mind, I'm like, okay, sweet. So there's our 5-minute entry. So you could have actually entered from here to down here, targeting this high, right? But it wouldn't get you a good risk to reward. It's not a good risk to reward, right? As you guys can see. So what I ended up doing was I ended up going on the 1 minute, right? I pretty much ended up going on the 1 minute. Soon as I saw this, literally this candle, because you guys have to remember, look where we are, right? Look what's happening right now, right? We are respecting this rejection block, right? Which is, okay, we're respecting this rejection block from the 5-minute candle, right? We've literally had a internal sweep. Do you see that, guys? This is an internal sweep, right? So I'll just do, I'll do internal, yeah, sweep, right? So we had an internal sweep, right? That's not even right. Let's do, yeah, for the people that don't know what I'm saying, I'll do low time frame, right? So low time frame, we had a low time frame sweep, okay? Inside a high time frame, change the state of delivery, right? Like, look at this flow, like such a nice trade today, right? And then pretty much after I saw this rejection block get respected on this candle right over here, right? This first bullish candle, right? After the sweep, I simply entered on this candle, which I actually entered like up here. You know, my stop was below here, right? I entered like literally right up here. And then there it is. There's my trade. And if we just play this out, bang, 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 bang. Took a little bit and then it just went straight through, right? Very easy, very textbook trade. I got a nap in, I got to wake up, and I am gonna go back to sleep now. So on that note, chat, you have a good one. Everyone, give me a subscribe, give me a follow if you like the video. This was a saucy one, probably one of my best videos yet. Very simple, but yeah, very saucy, right? Go watch this 1,000 times to understand what I'm really talking about. People watch it once or twice and they're not really learning. You're just watching. Try to learn, okay? Try to learn. But on that note, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.